Hi Leo, this is Carrie at Wooing Nature. Welcome to the channel and welcome to your timeless reading today. I just want to shout out all my Leo friends who are out there handling business because I know that's what you're doing. As a Capricorn, I can truly appreciate the Leo energy and their ability to handle a situation and not complain about it. Okay. So what I'm doing today is I will be reading from the Anino Lenormand. The Anino Lenormand, let me get the cover for it so you can see it. For those of you who like to get cards or you're into cards, this is the Anino Lenormand. This comes from the Paralumen Studios. I am going to be working on an art of the deck for this particular set because they have some really great images in it. Very natural, and I love the artistry in them. So I will be doing a art of the deck for that. But without further ado, we're getting ready to move on to your reading. So this is for you, Leo. Look at you. Oh, I love that. All right, so the Lenormand, what I've been doing for this reading is to pull two Lenormand cards that will kind of set the pace and let us know what we're looking for and what to pay attention to. So you have two cards. One, you have the Rider. There we go. The Rider. And for me, the Rider always represents movement of some kind, change, transitions, being able to move from one position to another, from one place to another. For some of you, this may be an actual move, like from your house to another house, or it could be from one job to another, or it could just be something internal that's driving you to shift from where you are to where you would like to be, or for some of you, it's not even where you would like to be, but you're just trying to get some direction of some sort. So I do see you um, at the cross. Now, for some people, this is a spiritual symbol. So for some of you, this may be a spiritual change, shift in direction. It could also be realigning yourself with your beliefs, reconnecting with your spiritual source. It could be about that. For others of you, there may be a cross to bear, meaning there may be a burden of some sort or something that you feel like you have to carry, that you don't necessarily have to carry, but it may be something that may be holding you or that you feel beholden to that may prevent the movement from happening. So it just depends on where you sit with that. So just let that resonate with you while I go to the Revelations Tarot. So I'm going to the Revelations Tarot to just clarify what we've got in front of the moment, get some clearer direction about what this rider and this cross is really all about. And this is also another really great deck that I work with and that I like artistically. You know, this deck is the artist for the Revelations Tarot is Zach Wong. So if you're interested in the artistry of the tarot, you might want to look up Zach Wong. Really good work. And I love the cards, and they are of a revelation type nature. All right, so we've got a card appropriately connected to you. This is the Emperor card, and what I'm seeing here, if I can get my glasses off my head and on my eyes, is that this is about you taking command of your space and taking command of your cipher, okay? This is understanding yourself and your purpose at a soul level. So we're talking about third chakra, second chakra, first chakra work. First chakra, second chakra, third chakra work in order for you to be able to really get a feel and a handle on this. I do see you moving into your spiritual power. I see wings. I see purple. I also see a spiral. So that's about going back in time, or going back to where you were before, or it could even be connecting you to your ancestral roots or something in the distant past, not just your past. It could be your past. But I'm thinking that this goes back even further. It could be connected to your family DNA. It could be a cultural heritage, or it could also be a spiritual heritage, which is beyond your cultural heritage, for those of you who are wondering about that. I do also see there is a connection to the moon energy. So pay attention to your moon tides. Um, when the moon is waxing and waning, and whether you should be releasing or whether you should be asking or asking to receive, or whether you should be receiving or giving, okay? Because that's an important part of establishing, how do I say this? The act of giving and receiving is life itself. You know, when you take your first breath, you are receiving air into your lungs. When you take your last breath and you pass away, you're expelling the breath. And so every breath that you take is an inhale and an exhale. It's life and death, life and death. So there's this ebb and flow in life that we want to touch bases with and get in touch with. And the best way to do that, especially from an emotional standpoint, so if you're dealing with emotional baggage, okay, or something like that, then it is, then that's the way to access it. That's the way to access that balance, that natural balance, balance in nature, and then you can bring yourself to center around that. And I'm seeing that as being an important part of this. I do see you building stuff, building new structures. So that's a part of this movement here, building a new structure for yourself, and also that is a part of the Emperor energy is structure and having structure. But in order for you to develop a new structure, you're going to have to do away with the old, which is probably why they're having you go back. Now, when I say do away with the old, we don't mean throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's just examining the history and then understanding what to keep and what to give away. Again, that's life force, giving and taking. What of your past needs to remain and what needs to be released or let go of. All right, so again, I'm seeing there's some it could be some opportunities, or it could be some communication coming through to you here with this Seven of Pentacles. It looks like information to me coming through, and it looks like information coming through from the spiritual realm, because, and that's going to be really important for you to understand, because from the spiritual standpoint, again, it's about receiving information. It's about going back, and then being able to receive that information coming forward. So don't be resistant to what that is. Don't resist that. Just allow that information to come through. And again, you're going to be discerning what to keep and what to let go of. What to keep and what to let go of. All right, so again, we have the Chariot. The Chariot corroborates this card right here, movement. The Chariot is about movement. So looking a little deeper at your movement here. Again, I'm seeing these structures. I'm seeing the moon energy. I'm seeing that the moon energy is giving you more information about how to put this together. This isn't an old structure. This is a totally new structure. So you're going to need that information coming in from Spirit to guide you about what to do. Again, you're not resisting the change. You're going with the change. You're listening. You're paying attention. You're being observant, being fluid, connecting with nature. I'm seeing that also in this card for you. Connecting to nature, I think that goes back to the moon thing. Because then when you connect with nature, then you're automatically in synchronicity. We're having to go back to some of our older ways, our indigenous ways here. So these two cards fell out together. I'm seeing the Tower card along with the Lovers in reverse. What that means to me is that whatever you were connecting to could be a relationship of some sort. The relationship could be platonic, or it could be business, or it could be also a romantic relationship. Sorry about that. Either way it goes, whatever the connection was, it was not going to be beneficial for you. It was going to be detrimental for you, or, I don't want to be drastic about it, but it had its detriments. And so, therefore, the change that happened or that is about to happen for you is really there to pull things together, not to make them all fall apart. Okay? So if it seems like things are falling apart, they're really coming together, of course, because that which you don't need is going to be removed by the tower. I'm also getting Oya energy there. Oya, for those of you who are familiar, is about change and is also about paying attention to what's happening and what's in the wind, so to speak, what's moving in the wind, which is really, really quite significant. Okay? All right, so moving right along. Again, I've got the Ten of Cups coming in right behind that. I'm seeing a relationship of some sort. For some of you, that may have involved children, family. Something may be coming apart for you there. Just remember that if there are children involved, just remember that that is the glue, and you're not going to undo that glue. And so we don't want to use children as a weapon, and we certainly don't want to create a situation where they are having to fend for themselves or having to develop ideas on their own without the help of their parents. So if there is a breakup involved with some of you where there are children involved, please, please, please keep in mind that those children are vulnerable, that they are impressionable, and that they do hear, see, and sense things that we forget that they hear, see, and sense. And so, as much as possible, you as parents are there to make sure that their transition, so if it is a breakup in the family and family structure, that they know and understand, and not just know and understand from your mouth, but that they see in the action and they feel from you both that that's not going to affect them negatively, and that takes work and maturity on the part of the parents. So I do see the Fool in reverse. You're still kind of trying to figure out where you're going in your direction, but you got to follow your heart. You got to follow your heart fire, and that goes back to what I said about that first, second, and third chakra. Okay, so get that together, get that centered, do your chakra work, do your balancing work. Really get to what you're passionate about and what your spirit is calling you to do, and that will help you navigate the new direction. Okay. Again, in this card, I do see someone moving away from their children. Maybe you're the person who has to move out or move into a different space. Make sure you create space for your children in your new space so that they know that they are welcome there, or that they are, that they're welcome there. Yeah, I see that for some of you, this can be pretty devastating. This may be a devastating blow, but you are going to come out of it. You're going to come out of it just fine, but you are going to have to process. And I'm seeing that working with amethyst might be helpful to you in seeing the higher good that's happening as a result of this situation. And then I think from there, you'll be able to really see the blessings that are coming from it for yourself. Life has its slew of changes, so just getting in touch with it is helpful. So yeah, I do see you trying to regain your power, regain your energy, trying to get past a difficult situation. You are getting stronger, but it takes time, and it's steps. There's pieces of you that are going to have to be rebuilt in a way. And so just remember to stand firm. Just remember your boundaries, okay? And also remember not to block or become let your situation become a block to you or a barrier to you. I see here that you are, again, getting through a difficult time, difficult phase, difficult experience, but you are opening the door to a new experience, and you are going to be able to ride the head and not the tail of a situation, okay? So it's about riding the head and not the tail. not feeling yourself or feeling that you're behind, or feeling that you are not um, where you need to be, or feeling like the tail is wagging the dog, or what have you. But that's what I'm feeling from this card here, is that you're not feeling your strength because you feel like you're behind the eight ball in some kind of way. So you're going to have to start perceiving it differently, which goes back to what I was saying about working with that amethyst. You got to see the higher good here, because once you can see the higher good, then you can start communicating in a way that is supportive of that thought process. And then when you are acting in a way that's supportive of that thought process, then you're going to start speaking it, and then your thinking is going to change. And once your thinking changes, then everything else around you is going to change as well. So it's a journey, and trust me, I do understand. I've been there and done that, and I understand how that feels and what that can be like. Um, yep, I'm seeing the arguments here. The cards are just showing me the relationship. They're showing me the battle of the wits, the battle of the wills, and all of that stuff is ego. It's ego related. And going back to what I was saying about the children, you can't, ego battles are not good for children. Okay? So, somebody is trying to hoard the money, or somebody is trying to control, using money or finances, or business, a business situation or whatever. They're trying to control through something of a physical nature. Could also be controlling through sex as well. Some people control you through your money. Some people control you by sex. Some people try to control your mind. The point is, control is not what you're looking for. So you're going to have to come out of that space. You're going to have to do some deeper meditation. You're going to have to take your time. You're going to have to work with that amethyst. You're going to have to do some inner soul work, for yourself. It doesn't matter about the other person. It doesn't matter about the other person and what they're doing. It matters what you're doing and what you contribute to the wellness and the well-being of yourself and of your family. That's what's the most significant. And the best way that you can create that kind of environment, where there is not just tearing apart, tearing apart, tearing apart, but it's also some putting together and some restructuring and some reorganization, is to do away with those ego battles and go into the inner self and really try to see the higher, greater good in everything that's happening around you right now, including the breakup and including what's coming next for you, because there is something coming next. So, Leo, that's what I'm seeing for you right now. Trying to move forward past the difficult time, I think, is more than anything. And like I said before, for some of you, this is going to be a spiritual journey for you as well. There's going to be some testimonies that come out of this, and maybe even drawing you very much closer to your spiritual center, to your spiritual resources, source, to God, angels, His assembly. All of this may be happening for your own personal, higher spiritual good. And so go ahead and take the hits, and bounce back. That's what it's all about. All right. So if you need some help with your meditation practice, feel free to check in with me. You can go to my Facebook page at Wooing Nature. And if you want to make an appointment, there's a button up there at the top. You can click that. It says contact us, contact me, and we can get the ball rolling on this healing process. It looks like you're in need of some emotional guidance, or emotional healing, or healing past pain. Those kinds of services we're happy to provide for you. All right, Leo, I hope you're having a great day, and I hope that from this point forward, you have a wonderful life.